That is a VOD for the VOD people. Probably mostly Blue Elephant if he comes in. Hey everybody! Well, I haven't gone live yet. Give me a second. Yep. Talking to Pokemons. That is actually not what I'm doing. It is actually ranking the starters. I should have done this before. Starting the stream. I sing better than Technoblade. Starting the stream. Alright, alright. Starting the stream. I've now started the stream. So, as you all can now see, that this is a tier list, and we are going to be tiering up the 24 Pokemon's starters. Not the Pokemon starters, because, well, there's only one Pokemon, and she's already S tier, so there's not much you can do about it. I hope, oh, well, my bit rate's gone down. I hope that something fun will come of this, or if anyone wants to chime in, I will be looking at chat. So if we all have any objections, I can be convinced to change my views. But we're gonna start with something very controversial: Bulbasaur. I personally adore Bulbasaur. It's I don't know. It's number one. It's 001. It's about to be 0001 because they're gonna hit 1,000 soon, which I'm actually kind of excited about. I hope Pokemon 1000 is a big thing. Actually, like, what is the current number of Pokemon? Not Pokio. Pokemon. 898. So that means Gen 9, about, depending on how many Pokemon they do, honestly, they could probably make it to where the either the pseudo legendary or the legendaries, probably like the equivalent of Zygarde or Rayquaza, could probably be Pokemon the Pokemon 1000. I'd love it to be like have like a name like Millennius or something, and it's just this big hulking thing with yeah. So that'd be pretty tight. I'd like that for Pokemon 1000. And I mean, how many did they add this last time? Okay, they added 88, but I want to like, hold on. Gotta use your keywords. 802. Okay, so they only added 96 this time. So yeah, they can definitely make it for that for something really cool, a legendary probably for 1000. And that'd be pretty big going from number 1 to number 1000. I think that'd be pretty tight, don't y'all? So anyway, back to Bulbasaur, Pokemon number 1. Pokemon number 1, the only starter to be dual type except for Rowlet, I think. I don't think anyone else is dual types. You'll note they're out of order. That's because I had to like finagle with the saving, and it just puts them in either a random order or the order I made the files in. Which, yeah, it. There's a lot of pictures of Charmander and Squirtle, and so like it's the file you save is not always in the format you want. By the way, if anyone wants this link right here, you could type it in from the top of the stream, or you can just type it in chat, and I'll see it. Oh, dude, what's up, Blue War? I tried to watch the VOD of your stream, I couldn't find it. I'm gonna post it after this. It took me a minute to find it. Invite your friends, dude. I'm ranking the starters tonight. I'm actually doing it like a little early. How is it already 9:20? I just I just geo planted myself. Oh well. Oh yeah, I was going for 8 Pacific. Oops. Anyway, I'm ranking the stars and I'm starting with Bulbasaur. And like the reason they're out of order down here, I'm gonna do them in order, but the reason they're out of order is because I when I was going through, because I did like a Google image search just to find the just to find pictures of all the things of all the Pokemon, and I noticed like the first cool picture of Bulbasaur was just a JPEG, which you can put into this tier maker website, which is a cool website. Um, but there it is. Bulbasaur is criminally underrated. But one is watching a pirate sheep and the other is vibing with their guitar. Oh, cool. Oh, cool. Your bud watches Puffy. I love Puffy. I'd be watching it right now if I wasn't streaming. Bulbasaur is critically underrated. I was getting to that. Bulbasaur is kind of like the least popular of the original three starters, but it's so classic. It's the Pokemon. Like it's quadruped. I need to get like a bigger picture of it. But like it's quadrupedal. It's the only Kanto starter that's quadrupedal. So it's like peak animal, and it's got the bulb on its back. So design wise, you're like, okay, this is what a Pokemon is. And I understand that Squirtle's a turtle and Charmander's a salamander with a flame on its tail. Bulbasaur actually kind of, for the first Pokemon, it really sticks out. Not to mention, before Mega Evolutions, Venusaur was the most competitive of the original three starters, which I think is pretty cool. Because it gets the powder moves and it's I think it's balanced stat wise between attack and special attack, so it can do both. Get you a starter that can do both. Yeah. So I would put Bulbasaur in Elite Four. It's not exactly because Venusaur is definitely now. Venusaur is not the greatest competitively. It would have to be like Accelerant in all forms. The homie beats up Brock and Misty. He does beat up Brock and Misty if they aren't also poison type. Yep. Can tank it, surge, and treats Giovanni like a grunt. To be fair, everyone treats Giovanni like a grunt. I get kind of disappointed. I never played the original games, but I played Fire Red and Leaf Green, and Giovanni kind of just wasn't a challenge at that point. Massive respect to Venusaur. Honestly, yeah, I love him. I think Venusaur was one of the first. It was the first Mega out of those three. And you remember when I don't know if you got to the part where we talked about Megas last time, but I liked it because it reinvigorated interest in the original stuff, which, like I said earlier in the stream, we're getting close to 1,000 Pokemon. There's 898 Pokemon right now. They were at 802 at the end of Gen 7. So 898, they only added 96 this time. If they add 100, Pokemon 1,000 should be like a legendary or something, which would be super awesome. And I would love them to like play into it like, oh, this is Millennius. It's Pokemon 1,000. Which is weird because the second Pokemon movie is Pokemon 2000, which I don't really get. But so they're like going back. They're doing like the Xbox thing where they go back. Honestly, I think we'll be okay. Um, I don't know. I think you could have about theoretically. Mm, honestly, you're kind of right. I think they already know. They knew that as soon as they did Unova, because oh my gosh, you gotta. I don't know how much you know about numbers, but like 151 Kanto, we all know that. Then another 100 for Johto. Chikorita is 152 after Mew. So many. It is the generation of hit or misses. It definitely is the generation of hit and misses. And it's gosh, it's got so many great design Pokemon. I did a big rant about Unova when I just kind of like did like a thought through about it. Hey, there's Dawn. The best part is like we look up Unova and it's the one episode with Dawn in it. Shows you how great she is. Anyway, we'll do the Amines some other time. Unova. Pokemon Black and White. Where's the National Pokedex? honestly, like that's kind of the way you can measure how good a region is. I knew we were gonna get sidetracked. I was hoping you'd show up because I knew we'd get sidetracked. But let me get down to Unova. I should just use page down, but I'm garbage. So like Gen 5. So it starts at 494. Sinnoh gets us up to 493 with Arceus or Arceus. I never watched the movie. I don't know how to pronounce it. So it's like it's I think it's either a little under 100 or a little over 100 for Sinnoh. One I think did yeah, yeah. Hoenn got from 152 to 386, which is crazy. Like Hoenn introduced the most Pokemon of any region, even more than Unova. We don't realize that because it was Region 3, and it was the first time they reinvented Pokemon, which is what I said in the last stream, but I'm pretty sure you missed it. So Hoenn reinvents Pokemon, and as we all know, this is probably one of the strongest set of starters. Like along with Kanto, I will get to all those Pokemon in a second. You think Durant is a good Pokemon? Type your response to that. I will answer it in a minute. But Hoenn introduces, so it goes from 252 to 386. So that's 230 new Pokemon. It is, man. I'm not gonna say anything, but I am gonna show you something. I'm gonna show you something. You thought about that? Have you thought about this? Have you thought about this? This just, I'm just throwing it out there. You show me Heat more, I swear to Arceus. It's even worse. Oh man, dude. I'm kind of honestly, that's another thing that makes me upset about Durant. Scizor is cool though. Scizor like has a good design. Look at this. Scizor has a good design. Fire type. Get it? Look at this. Look at this guy. Not to mention, has a Mega, has a pre-evolved version that's actually pretty cool. And I don't think, apart from Scyther, we don't have another Mantis Pokemon. How many Ant Pokemon do we have? At least two. We got Durant. We got Trapinch. Emolga's on here for some reason. Is it just Durant and Trapinch? It's just Durant and Trapinch, but I don't know. I think, and this is another problem. Hoenn did it first. This is kind of a thing with Unova. Hoenn did it first. Granted, Trapinch isn't even a bug type, but it doesn't need to be. Look, this is an antlion. I don't think that. Look at it. It's cute. It's bulbous, and it has a really dope a really not mega. I wish Flygon has a mega. Lurantis is a plant that looks like a mantis. That's true. I'll give you that one. Hmm. Let me think. I don't know. It doesn't do much for me. Like single stage, it and Heatmore probably should have had something to do with evolution to kind of make them worth it. Like they're just, that Lurantis does. I know Lurantis does, but I meant I'm back to Durant and Heatmore. I don't know. I know Lurantis does. Lurantis is good. That's kind of why I dropped it because it didn't support my point. I did forget about it though, so um, I don't know. I think there needs to be like more plants in plant Pokemon, like I had an idea for one. I don't know. There's enough plants they haven't made Pokemon out of that they don't need to recycle plants and they don't need to go into other types areas, you know? Trapinch being an antlion, but he's a ground type. That'd be pretty tight actually. I like that idea. For those of you not looking at chat, is chat on the stream? Can y'all see chat? It should be in the top right. Okay, give me a second. I need to do that. Chat box. Why are you doing this to me, Streamlabs? There it is. Wait, no, that's not it. Why are you lying to me? Okay, visual settings. Blue, type something else. This is lame. Why are you doing this to me? Also, quick response. I appreciate that. Do this like it's my own. You're funny. You're funny. I think I'll get better at streaming the more I go. You know? Why is this not working? I'm kind of upset that this isn't working, actually. I thought, like, this is the one thing that was supposed to work. Don't worry about it. I know. Can you at least see chat? I can see it, and you can see it. Alright. Okay. Good. It'd be weird if you were just shouting into the void. Anyway, Heatmore and Durant, they're... I don't like... This is a thing Unova got wrong. It has a lot of awesome Pokemon that are only at the end. I'm not and I'm not saying Heatmore and Durant are awesome. I've actually said against that. I do like a good tanky boy or girl. Uh, that defense stat is nothing to sneeze at. Also, the speed. But I don't know. I wish they had. I hate Victory Road exclusive Pokemon. Exactly. Like I like. So we gotta do this in context because Unova, you can't in the original Black and Whites, not the. You can do this beforehand. You can't get a Mandibuzz. You can't even catch a Volibee. Same goes for ice types, right? That's actually a cool thing about Kalos because of the weather in the wild area. I got a Vanillite for my Nuzlocke. It's hard to do a Nuzlocke like actually in Shield because you can see them. But hey, I got a very cool team. I got a Vanillite. I got a Swinub. Um, I now have a shiny Swinub in there. It's beautiful. I'm leveling her up. Very excited. But you're right. You're right. Ice types. But what was I saying? You catch a Volibee. It's like level 40 something. Its stats are abysmal. It's not worth using. I love little small pig homie too. I love Mamoswine because it has like the same. If it's circular, it's friend shaped. That's just how it is. Um, but I don't know, man. Like Unova has this problem where it is these Go back to the National Pokedex. Where is it? I found it. Gen 5. Yay. Okay. I don't know. Unova has this problem because, like, here's all the Pokemon you get, like, reasonably. Um, like here's all the reasonable ones except this one and a Selgor, wherever it is. Also, look at this. You get a Pharaoh Seed, right? It's like level 23. Falls into Ferrothorn at level 40. And like that's the gap for most of these. You get a Joltik about the same time and evolves into Galvantula like 10 levels later. No, it's like 36, right? You get this at level 21 or 22, 36 to like actually make it be, useful. I'm not mad at like early stage Pokemon, but a lot of Unova is like on that real steep curve. Like, yeah, everything's about useless about level 20. Level 50, some of them after level 50, cause like cause 54, 54, 65. This is the highest evolving Pokemon. I I think you're kind of missing what I'm saying, Elephant. Like this doesn't have to be 36. This can be a 28. It's cool, but like they could have made it come into Galvantula at 28. I'm not upset at like a tough mid game. Honestly, mid game is kind of the best place to play Pokemon. It's like the opposite of D&D that way because D&D is the early game. But they could have made it evolve into Galvantula at 28, Ferrothorn at like 35. But no, 40, 36. I think Klingklang's like 50 something or 40. Wait, it's a fudging bug Pokemon. Why does it take Joltik long to evolve? I know, right? Yeah, it's almost like it shouldn't take that long. Yeah, it's a while. 49. The first evolution is at 38. Clink is not a good Pokemon. And you gotta like grind hard for it. I don't you gotta grind you don't have to like grind hard to get it. You gotta grind hard to get it all the way up there. Yeah. I hate it when bug Pokemon take forever to evolve. There was a Pokemon there was a bug type that took forever to evolve. I think it's in Gen 5. What is it? Let me think. There's one that took it's not Sewaddle. However, Sewaddle did take a long time to evolve. It evolves at like I know. I know. I did it. Volcarona's is it Volcarona? Well, Volcarona's a legendary or a mythic. There's a difference between those now apparently. It's kind of different and like I think what is it called? You forgot the name too. Don't get upset. Larvesta. I think Larvesta can like hold its own as like a striker before before you evolve it cuz like, it's got decent stats. Yeah. Yeah, see like it's not terrible. Larvesta's not as bad. Like let's see. 360. 360. You know what? Like, look at this. This is a base stat total of 360. Do you know what all the? It's not Venipede. Venipede's 22, and I think it is like I personally love Venipede because I think it evolves into Scolipede at like 30 early 30s. It's not Venipede. It's something else. It's not Yanma. I love Yanma. I think 33 is good for Yanma primarily because you get it in the Safari Zone. But anyway, I get distracted. Stop distracting me. Look at this. A base stat total of 360, and it evolves at like 35, I think. Let's see, go to evolution. Oh, I'm full of shit. No, it is this. 59. Oops. Why is it 59? Why is Unova obsessed with evolving things this late? Oh, I thought it was earlier because the legendary you get is level 35, which doesn't make any sense. They did that with Braviary too. You can get like a level 24. Yeah, Larvesta can last to level 59. But you know what can't? You know what can't last to level 59? It's not 59, it's 58. Look at this. Hydreigon, right? The pseudo-legendary of Unova. It's the worst offender. It is the highest evolving Pokemon. Look at this. You gotta keep Dino to level 50. And then it evolves once. And then you gotta get it from 50 to 64. This is the highest evolution of any Pokemon. And this guy is not much better than the other pseudo-legendaries. It's not better than Garchomp. It's not. And you gotta have Dino with a base stat total. Go to the Dino page, please. Go to the Dino page. With a base stat total of 300! It is so much grinding. It's grinding enough to get it to level 50 to have it evolve once and become semi-useful. It is less than the bug, but that's not what I'm going for. It is less than the bug. But the bug has a higher base stat total. It's got like a lot of type effectivenesses. This has fighting, other bugs. No, that's weak. That's weak. Look, it's resistant to these types. And these are the dragon types. But if you're fighting like not ghost, not dark, and not the like very primary ones, if you're fighting these guys, especially a fairy type, there's so many fairy types. Not in Unova, obviously. But goodness, you can't get Dino until like the end of the game. Where do you get this thing? Where do you get this thing in Gen 5, Pokedex entries, game locations? What is that? What is that? What is this? You get this boy in Victory Road. The end of the game. This is Unova's freaking problem. Go back to Pokemans. Go to Gen 5, please. This is Unova's problem. Like, look, these are all the guys you can use. These are all the guys you can Phoebusly, like the Pokemans. I'm trying to think of the word. Hold on. Feasibly. You can feasibly use these guys, drop at the beginning. You keep Lillipup the whole time, because Stoutland's a beast, and it fully evolves at 36, it evolves into Herdier at 20. And Unova's, like, level 14 is level 20, because they just love being crazy like that. So you have a Herdier pretty early on. Compare this to the previous generation, where it's Shinx. Shinx is garbage in Sinnoh. I'm doing a Pearl Nuzlocke right now. I have a Shinx. It's a Luxio now, but at least it evolves at level 14. Lillipup to Herdier is 20. And Unova is not that much faster than Sinnoh. And then you got this garbage. Must be so sad. At least Pokemon Snap gave it the respect. Poor Chikorita. I love her. I love her. That's my mom's favorite Pokemon. My mom loves Chikorita and Chansey. Because Chikorita sounds like Margarita, but that's not the important thing. Yeah, Chikorita needs more respect, and Meganium needs like some better moves. But support doesn't work in Pokemon unless you may have like a lot of stat moves and good stats. So yeah, so you've got your starter in Unova. You've got your starter. You've got your Lillipup that's now Herdier. You got this garbage, which are not good. These guys, oh my gosh. Except the green ones, maybe. The green one is definitely the best designed. But man, they all take a stone to evolve. Do you know when you get stones in black and white? Like the third gym. And you've got a lot. No, not the third gym. Like the fourth, fifth gym. Yeah, Clay's the fifth gym. Like the fifth gym. You're not having a Pansage for 30 plus levels. You get a Pidove because there's nothing else. Unpheasant's kind of not great. Getting a stone, actually. Yeah, it's not, like, obvious. You gotta, like, Rock Smash for it. They really wanted you to, like, Rock Smash a bunch of rocks and search for things. And look, you maybe get a Blitzel, but Blitzel's not amazing. Zebstrike is real good. And Zebstrike is good. Herdier's good. If you don't know that you have to search the freaking dust clouds for Drillbur, you're not getting a ground type, bud. Rock and Rolla isn't a rock ground, it's just rock. What are you gonna do when every freaking trainer has a freaking Blitzel? You can't do anything. So you don't have a ground type. You find Timber, it evolves at level 28, and you gotta trade it to fully evolve it. It's so difficult to evolve Pokemon in Unova, so you keep going like that, and you're like, yeah, these Pokemon are kind of average. I still have the same ones I started with. Maybe you pick up a Zoroark because you think it looks cool. I think it looks great, but I'm an edgelord. I love how that looks. And then, you go through, you have your Pokemon, you finally get an Ice type after Gym 7, and you're like, oh, cool. Wait, didn't I just beat the Dragon Gym? You actually didn't. You're about to beat the Dragon Gym, but you just now get an Ice type? Gosh, man. Unova's tough. It's not the hardest Pokemon game, because you just have to, play Pokemon. Which I shouldn't be complaining about. I've never understood trade evolutions. Imagine having IRL friends to trade with them all. Oh, man. Exactly. I had 2 DSs. I just had 2 DSs. And I got like meat Shrek hands. So I could so I just trade between the 2 of them. Thank you. If I find me an Elekid in my, I probably won't because it's impossible to get an Elekid in the Sinnoh. At least for a Nuzlocke. I would love to get an Electrizer and make an Electivire because I love that guy. He's friend shaped in like the big way. You'll find this out as we go along, but I love like chonky Pokemon. I love Rhydon. I love Aggron. I love Electivire. I love Haxorus, but like it's not the best. It really struggles for you think it's the pseudo legendary and it's not. It struggles in that, so all pseudo legendaries have a base stat total of 600. He's kind of lacking, especially here and here. He gets yeeted really easy. I got an Axew in my Shield Nuzlocke, and it died. It died pretty quick because I didn't realize this and this are not crazy. The attack is good, but they really want you, and like, look, this is what you can get early on, and you have to like know where to look for it. It's like Gibble in that way. But Gibble evolves at level 24, 23? When does Axew evolve? When does Axew evolve? 38! Idea for future final evolution for Pokemon. Yes. Yes. Look at this. Look at this. 38 and then 48. And this isn't a pseudo legendary. This is just a random dragon type you get about the same time you get Gibble in the last game. Now, I'm not gonna hate on Gibble. I actually like how you can only get a Gibble if you know where to find it. And it's in this random place that you can't get until after the game. It looks weaker than Gibble. Yeah, I don't know about well, I guess it has to have like a lower base stat total. Axew's a cutie. It's a little baby. I love how it looks. But like Gibble's a land shark. It's ferocious. Let's see, base stats for Axew. 320. So it actually has a higher base stat total than Gibble because all the pseudo legendaries first evolution starts with a base stat total of 300, which isn't super great. So that's kind of cool. But like, think about it this way, like, it goes from 320 to whatever Fracture is to Haxorus with 540. So, like a steady increase. Dino and Gibble do a more exponential growth. And honestly, that's kind of that's like what I like in Pokemon. Like, I enjoy, I should have gone to Gen 4, oh well. I enjoy you starting with like a little baby that you have to like carry through, and then it evolves. And Gabite is actually, it's actually real cool. I like Gabite a lot because it starts picking up speed, and once you get like it evolves. When does it evolve? It's probably 27, considering that moveset. Let's see. 24. 24. Exactly, Elephant. It's always good to be a proud parent. Look at this. It evolves at 24. It evolves at halfway between level 1 and level 48. And in the tunnel you get it in Platinum at least, Gibble's level 20. And it's kind of engineered to where your Gibble has to be weaker than the rest of your team. So when you get your Gibble, you have to like nurture it, and then it becomes this, and then it becomes this. And the fact that Cynthia, the queen herself, has this shows you how much of a gangster she is. What's freaking Alder's freaking trope Pokemon? Cynthia, has been putting in work because she has a Garchomp. And like a Gyarados and a Spiritomb? Do you know how you get Spiritomb? You have to go to the underground and make 32 friends. Yes, we do. Yes, we do, Elephant. You know what that means? Cynthia has 32 simps in the underground to get a freaking Spiritomb. Dude, she's the trainer we all wanted to be. You know, if the Star Wars sequels had had a female character as badass as Cynthia, and as, like, you can tell where she's come from, I would actually enjoy them. I had to slide a Star Wars hate in there. No, virus, not the S word. You'll get taken down. Oh, yeah, right. Oh, by the way, my name is pronounced Ver Invisus. It's Latin. It's an ethical statement. But I'm down with virus. Dang. Also, if I'm a virus, I'd already have been taken down. And I have two viewers, one of whom is you, and one of whom is me managing the stream. I don't think they'll do it to me. But you're right, I'll avoid that in the future. I appreciate it. Anyway, I like that. And Sinnoh, you can kind of tell this is like Sinnoh's my favorite region. I don't know if that's obvious. I appreciate that it has the thematics built into it. Like, honestly, let's just go to Cynthia's page. Let's go to Cynthia's page. And because Unova comes on the heels of Sinnoh, and it does everything that Sinnoh got right. I became Australian for a second. Everything that it does right, Unova does it wrong. That kind of makes sense, doesn't it? Okay, so let's look at this. Let's look at this like from an in-universe standpoint and an outside universe standpoint. So one, Cynthia, this is the Diamond Pearl Cynthia. I don't think is Platinum Cynthia different? Oh, yes it is. And it's different in a good way. We'll get to that too. Okay, so Cynthia. So one, Cynthia has a Spiritomb, which means she has friends. Which means like she not only does she have friends, she's also like put work in kind of a dour place. And then Leon has the most overrated mon. I know Charizard is cool, but it's a spoiled brat, let's be honest. I have a lot of thoughts on Leon, dude. I love my favorite now. I do so like if Cynthia is a trainer to aspire to be and it's like very honorable to face her and beat her, Leon is an asshole. I don't like him. Even at the very end, after you beat everyone else, his brother, Marnie. I love Marnie. Marnie's dope. So is Piers. And Team Yell. I love how they subverted everything with Team Yell. Like, these guys aren't evil. They're just Marnie's fanboys. Which is so funny. Leon is still talking shit. He talks shit the whole game. He doesn't believe in his brother. He believes in you more, but he barely believes in you. He's got his freaking Charizard. I love Charizard. It's probably gonna go either next to Bulbasaur, or honestly, I'm gonna put it next to Bulbasaur. We'll get back to this eventually, but I'm just gonna go on my Charizard rant. I adore Charizard. I'm the fire type. Unbeatable, right? I'm like, dude, what? And freaking Gigantamax Charizard looks stupid. It looks stupid. It's like trying to do Mega Evolution again. Gigantamax did not do it well. We already have Mega Charizard. Like, that cool guy who wears blue from the anime with the Charizard, that guy should have been the champion in Galar, bro. Not Leon. What is Leon? I was gonna use this as like a thing for Elder, but do you get it? Do you get it? Like, look, Pokemon that evolves through friendship. Kind of an ugly Pokemon who has like really great moves. Like, look, has friends willing to put in work. Makes friends with their Pokemon is obvious here, 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 and here. These are Pokemon that either require friendship to evolve, have a special case, or are hard as heck to get up here, and it takes work. Oh, and it's like, and they're all girls. Oh wait, no, Lucario isn't. That's actually kind of cool too. Dude, 2007 Pokemon had it down. That's dope. That's dope. And Lucario's a boy, just because it doesn't really matter. And Gastrodon. No, Gastrodon's a girl. You see that? That's it's a little Venus sign. It means girl. And, oh, you mean and Gastrodon as in like, and it's there. I mean, I don't know. I think like we can say that. I bet Cynthia loves her Gastrodon just as much as like we like to play with it. However, they do get rid of it for Platinum and replace it with a Togekiss to just really, really rub it in. I bet she still has her Gastrodon for like a HM slave or something. No, I'm kidding. Like need friendship, and a shiny stone. And look, she didn't even teach it fly. Like, she respected it so much. Paraflinch. Oh, gosh. Ugh. I don't like that. I, gosh, I hate paralysis and flinching. Both of them together would be terrible. So with friendship. So, you know, Cynthia, look at this girl. She wears all black. She's kind of goth in, like, an older sister kind of way. She looks like your brother's ex-girlfriend who beat him up, and only because he was being a jerk. So, yeah, look up to Cynthia. She's great. Just and honestly, Leon being a jerk. Yeah. Cynthia's super freaking humble. And there's a gosh darn reason they brought her back for the Unova games. Cause she's scary. And they knew Alder was gonna suck. Let's go to Alder. Look at this. What has Alder done? Hey dude, what's up? Like what? What is this? What is this? What is this man's in Pokemon Black and White? Let's look at his Black and White team. Weird training thing. She does like ice cream. I've actually got ice cream sandwiches in the freezer, and they're calling my name right now, but that's okay. Look at this. Leveled up and traded. Leveled up and traded. I feel like he didn't. I feel like he did the same thing that you do in the game. That's true. I forget Alder gets beat by N. N is cool. N is cool. I like N. I like his backstory actually. He's probably one of the best parts with yeah. I love so Pokemon Black was the first one I beat that I didn't like, transfer my cousin's level 90 Giratina. Sorry, Heart Gold. I did you dirty. I beat you fairly later. Um anyway, so like strong Pokemon, strong single stage Pokemon, weird case. I love Vanillux. I do love it, but I feel like I don't know. It is kind of that exponential growth, just like Garchomp, but like I feel like he did that just to have a good ice type to fight the dragon matchup because there's like three great dragons in Unova, and he's like, I know anyone who's going to challenge me is going to have a dragon, so I need an ice type, and I feel like that's the only thing he would do that for. And I think he probably got this Volcarona at level 35 in the ruins under the desert. Like, not in like a fair way. And I don't. He has three bug types. Who does he think he is? Lance. He has three bug types. He does have three bug types. That's actually kind of crazy. I don't know why I didn't see that. Honestly, that's kind of respectable, but like, I don't know. That seems more like a girl who puts like, you know, not a live, laugh, love sign. What's like another like really quirky, not like other girls? Friggin' Alder. Alder is, I'm not like other champions. I have heart and edge and 3 bug types. I appreciate Pokemon that aren't great. And then Cynthia's like, oh, I love and raise my Pokemon all the time. You know what else? You know what? You want to know something else? Excelgor only learns this through a TM. Beaufalant, I think he only learns Stone Edge through a TM. Druddigon has Payback, which is learnable through a TM. Vanillux, I know for a fact, only learns Ice-type moves, TM, TM. Aerial Ace is a TM. I know Exeter is, but I think Escavalier actually learns that. Overheat, famously overused TM. Bug Buzz is a TM, and Hyper Beam is a TM. He's a freaking TM loader. He didn't raise these guys. He just kind of went out in the field and told them to hit stuff, and then pumped them full of little discs. Yeah, that's true, Elephant. The other ones are remembered. So, and honestly, man, like N is kind of more worthy than of being champion. Like, in the original games, Blue becomes champion right before you get there. And he's an asshole. Like, he is Gary from Pokemon. He's an asshole. Actually, I like how Gary from Pokemon turns out. But anyway, Blue, he gets there before you. He beats everyone. He's like, I have, talked down to you the whole time. It's not poggers, is what I'm getting at. So anyway, Alder's not, look, he has 3 bug types, mostly for the aesthetic. He also picks the ones with the dual typings that these are actually good types, and these are good Pokemon with those types. Look, Steel is one of the best types. Dragon being the best offensive type, Steel being the best defensive type. We know this. And then Beaufalant. Beaufalant makes me mad because I wish it was the evolution of Tauros, but it's not, and that's not great. And as an American, I love buffalo just in general. They're the national animal thanks to Obama. National mammal, I should say. So I like this guy. I appreciate that he has Mega Horn and he learns it naturally. But I don't know. When my favorite of your Pokemon is a freaking Beaufalant, I mean, I don't know, man. You don't match up to Cynthia the Queen. And then you're like, what the heck? Your Larvesta died? Why? And this is literally the same thing. Why did you why did your Volcarona die? There's what? Anyway, what? I don't what? Oh yeah, we were gonna talk about Leon and how much I don't like him. I think we're just gonna have to ignore the fact that I Google searched pregnant Jace. I don't know. What is this? Alder dead Pokemon. Oh gosh. It is revealed in. That's true. Huh. That's interesting. I don't want to call them out. I don't want to call them out, but notice this is the sequels. Notice this is the sequels, and notice how they included oh, gosh, where'd it go? I got rid of it. What is as semicolon der? big hands, Rachmaninoff problems. Notice that this is in black and white too, and like I mentioned, like these are all asshole Pokemon. I saw this. Wait, no, not that one. I love Chandelure. That's the World Tournament. I noticed the Braviary. And Braviary is even worse. Like it falls into that Victory Road syndrome. Not to mention it's only in white, and I had black, so I never got one, even though it looked way cooler than Mandibuzz. I just liked Reshiram more. So like it feels like they're trying to make it more relatable in the sequels, which kind of shows the necessity of having a black 2 and white 2. And the only other time they did that was with Alola, and Alola wasn't exactly super poggers either. So, however, I do think Alola was more poggers than Galar, but maybe I don't think that's like the popular opinion. Also, when Gen 7 came out, Pokemon was not as popular as it usually was. But it's now more popular because they did Galar. So that's cool. Okay, that's crazy. But I feel like it is, trust me. Yeah. I feel like they like retroed Alder into having a tragic backstory, whereas before he's just this asshole who runs around making you do stuff, and then you fight him at the end. But at least he's not like cocky. Is it the popular opinion that Alola is more poggers, or that Galar is more poggers? Okay, that makes sense. If they weren't making the Sinnoh remakes, they'd probably make Sword and Shield 2. Oops. So anyway, back to Charmander, the list I was making, and this cunt. Sorry, dang it. Shouldn't have said that. I think you can say that, which is weird and kind of displays the values that Twitch has. Anyway, let's not worry about that. Yeah. See, that's fine, but like the other word I said was not fine. Just, and one's directed towards women and one's directed towards men. Okay, yeah, but Minx is Irish and hot. So like you know, freaking gifts Minx a sub to my own Twitch channel. I know Minx says it all the time, but she's Irish and hot, so what does it matter? Yeah, Twitch got some fragile eels in though. That is true. Notice they keep unbanning Amaranth, and she doesn't care, and she calls them out on their BS. Oh, it's Amaranth. Sorry, I say it like a French person because I'm a freaking Latin scholar. So lame. What really wanted me to get back into Twitch streaming was Amaranth streaming Pokemon Unite. Gosh. And I was like, oh, cool. Pokemon Unite. I love this game. And then she's like, being herself. And I'm like, oh, okay, she's not just an e-girl. She's like got personality and stuff. And then everyone's just being gross in the chat. And I'm like, ew. And then she's like, okay, guys, we'll play another game if we get to this many subs. If not, we're going to ASMR. And I'm like, I will gift 2 subs to not do ASMR. And then she wrote my name on her arm, and I was like, gosh, at what cost did I avoid ear licking? Like, what? Yeah, look, she is hot. She isn't just. No, no. Honestly, the hottest thing a girl can be is not just hot, you know? Like, like I like it when I love Twitch because all the girls that aren't like lame. I don't know. Twitch is a place for personality, and if you're just Susie McCatholic girl, you're not going to do it on Twitch. You need to have like everyone on Twitch has a brand. Minx is loud, and I haven't even watched it all. I just remember her helping Minx work out. Yeah, yeah. One of my there's a few I love Minx because she's filled with personality and she loves like people. like she describes herself as pan because she's just so attracted to people's personalities. Gender doesn't matter to her. I'm not even a huge supporter of. I'm not. I wouldn't say supporter. I'm an ally of the LGBTQA plus community, but like I'm not. I'm from the South, so it's kind of a non sequitur for me. But I'm like that makes a lot of sense, and I think that's dope that you think that way. Um, but there was a stream Amaranth did. The VOD is on YouTube. It's Amaranth, Minx, Sweet Anita, who is amazing. She's yeah, Sweet Anita, who she's the British Twitch streamer. She has Tourette's, and she also like exudes personality. And the hot Botez sister, not the popular Botez sister, the hot one, Andrea Botez, my favorite Botez. That's my Botez. Hashtag that's my Botez. Yeah, yeah. And they're just talking about their lives and stuff. And I think they get a little tipsy. And I don't know. Amaranth is kind of like, because it's her stream, she's kind of like refereeing these kind of very different people. Minx almost cries a few times she actually like really cares about the stuff they were talking about. And Amaranth like pushing others up is it's pretty pog. So check that out if you like Minx and you want to check out. I also recommend Sweet Anita's Among Us streams because it's great. She goes in there with Corpse a few times. I love Corpse. I love Tubbo. I'm not big on Tommy in it, but he gives me more Tubbo, so that's important. Anyway, we're not doing Minecraft streams right now. This is Pokemon. I'm my own Twitch streamer. Anyway, so yeah, Twitch is a place for personalities. I appreciate that. I appreciate that Amaranth, even though she's like pretty and stuff and like makes money off of, but to the Mons. Yes, back to the Mons. Even though Amaranth is like hot and she like does her, she does it for the coin and she doesn't really support the system. She just kind of abuses it, which is not something to get mad about. Yeah. Yeah. So that's cool. So anyway, speaking of people who lack personality, Leon. I can't think of a worse champion than this guy. Yeah. Yeah, I can't think of a worse champion than this guy. All the other champions, like, they either like eh. Steven Stone is a cool guy. He's kind of like a proto Cynthia, but you can't really get a lot of emotion and respect in like a pre DS game. Steven gets close though. Having that Metagross as his ace is pretty cool, and Beldum is also a pseudo legendary going up to Metagross, and it shows that dedication. I also love his theme as a Steel type trainer, and we had a steel trainer in Johto. Yeah. You can't really have a steel trainer in Hoenn because you got big old steel Pokemon. You got Aggron and Metagross, and those guys are some of my favorites. Technically, Metagross got a lot better in Sinnoh because of Zen Headbutt. Um, so Steven's cool, Lance is cool. Blue is like thematically appropriate because he's your rival. You're not supposed to like him. You're supposed to like this guy. He does. I like. Where's his stupid cape? Diantha. She's a pretty princess, and she does the Gardevoir thing. She's like a movie star. I think she's based on Audrey Hepburn. I'm not old, but I watch Audrey Hepburn, so that kind of tells you some things. Um. Also, also, look at this crap. Look at this garbage. Okay, so freaking Hop. If he picks the weak starter. He picks the weak starter. I hated when Hao did that. I hated it more when Leon did that. I mean, when Hop did that. Look at this. He takes the strong starter. Granted, we picked first, But he knows what he's doing. He knows his brother is stupid and won't pick the good Pokemon. He picks the strong starter. Why would you do that? Why would you do such a thing? Look at this. He does what your rival is supposed to do. You know, if Cynthia was in that situation, I think she has a sister. If, like, if Cynthia's sister was your rival, Cynthia would be like, hey, you might want to pick Piplup because you chose Chimchar. And then Cynthia would take that Turtwig, make it a monster, and then beat the crap out of you with it. Freaking Leon picks the strong Pokemon against yours. Because he knows his brother's not going to be able to challenge him. His brother's garbage. Also, Hop's story is kind of sad because he's garbage. I really hope we're still recording, because this is actually getting pretty great. I know! Freaking, ugh, man. Wow, you mastered type advantages already? Dude, have you ever seen like, come on, man. You're from the UK, Hop. What do witches burn? What do you burn apart from witches? Come on, man. Wood. Why are you stupid? You're gonna train to be a Pokemon professor, and you're the worst. How was at least a homie? How wasn't like How actually didn't want to be champion. He just wanted to go around and eat sweets. And heck yeah, man. Hop was garbage the whole time. It's so sad. And then Leon. And look, I see why Hop has like issues. Because Leon's been pounding him down and like being superior his whole life. Even at like the end. Even at the end, he gets so pissed that you beat him that he goes off and founds a battle tower where he's the boss. This is the equivalent of Donald Trump losing the presidency, going back to his company, and never saying anything again, and still talking down to everyone. Like, dude, what the heck? Look at this. And he still wears that tacky ass cap. Where's this guy's like full sprite? Where's his stupid pose? Where's the stupid pose? Give me the stupid pose. I need like the back of his head. I mean the back of his body. Because he's got those freaking... This guy's got freaking sponsors. He's got sponsors. Because of course he does, yes. He's got... Where is the freaking stickers on the back of his stupid cape? Hold on. Yeah, Leon Pokemon, not Leon Briggs. Freaking, where's his pose? Where's his stupid pose? I don't want your dang fan art. Janice Scott, you're very talented. Do something else with it. Where's his stupid pose? At least there wasn't any nipple showing. Yeah, that is true. That is true. Where's the pose? We do the pose better than he does. Where's the... Come on, dude. You turn away from everyone when you do it. Let me see your dang... Let me see your dang... Freaking... Where's your cape? That's an interesting theory. Look at this! Look at this! Sonya does the pose better than Leon. Look at that! Look at this garbage! He's got his sponsors on his champion cape. This is like if you drove, gosh, I can't think of a really nice American car, and that's not good. Like, imagine driving a Bugatti. I know! Imagine driving a Bugatti in NASCAR and just smacking sponsorship stickers. Like, no, I don't care about Wonder Bread! Give me the gosh darn thing! Dude. I don't care about Wonder Bread. Why did you put Wonder Bread on a Bugatti? Look at this. Look at this cape. Why are you wearing a cape? The champion's thing is not a cape. Because I know. Because I beat you and I knew directions. I beat you and I didn't wear a cape. I don't get a cape. Did he just bring the cape? Like what? Don't crown this boy. He's not worth it. He's got sponsors on his cape. He's got sponsors on his cape. Why does he have sponsors on his cape? Why do you have sponsors on your cape? What is wrong with you? Why did you put sponsors on your nice champion cape? Why do you hate everything? Because money and winning are more important to you than anything else. Like, do they have his, like, little, do they have his champion tournaments, Clarion Star Tournament? Continue trainers left for players, spin-off games. Quotes. Leon / quotes. Let's see. I think they have, hold on. Wedgehurst. Hold on. Let's go to that last. Cynthia content with vibes. Vibing it with her moms. Heck yeah. Helping peeps and eating ice cream. Leon has sponsors on his cape, is an arrogant piece of tracks, and gives himself the title of unbeatable champion. Why did he get... You're right. Look, granted, no one had beaten him. It's Galar, okay? I'm like, dude, that was the easiest Nuzlocke I've ever done. Cause, gosh, you choose the dang Pokemon. There's no good trainers. Like, what's the fire trainer's name? The fire gym leader is a genius. Melanie is a MILF. Just so much. I'm so glad I picked Shield. She's great. She destroyed me. Melanie it should be champion. She was the best trainer. The runner man? Yeah, the runner man. I forgot his name. He was good. He was good. That, that Centiskorch was pretty pog. I don't know what to tell you. Hold on. Now look at this. Where is he? Hold on. No, not on being... Hold on. I'll show you what Charizard can really do. I won't get caught up in a critical hit, blah, blah, blah. Where's the part... Okay, before staying, my matches are always sold out. Look at this. Look at this. Wow. You've brought me... It was Kabu. Thank you, Elephant. Look at this. Look at this garbage. My matches are always sold out. Humble brag. But this, I've never seen a crowd this wild. Man, they really want to see us duel. I mean, not duel. Gosh, I played too much Pokemon. Everyone knows what you did for us this week, player. I know you're the one who caught Eternatus and saved the future of the Galar region. A real hero who battled alongside Zacian and Zazaminta. I couldn't have dreamed of a better challenger to help increase my winning streak. Dude! Cocky! This is when this moment was when I was like, wait, you don't think I'm gonna, you don't even believe I could beat you? Look at this. Help increase my winning streak. I didn't have Eternatus. He's the only champion with an audience watching. That's true. That is true, dude. I bet he like freaking invented the whole stadium culture of Galar. I bet he freaking did. Everywhere else, it's a room, you and the champion, your champion, your Pokemon, and you're just going at it. And whoever wins, it's an honorable thing. I bet this guy freaking monetized it because he's like a businessman. Because like he goes on to found the Battle Tower. Look at this. He doesn't care about like being champion. Now what I've seen, what kind of strength you possess as the greatest of challengers, crushing you into the dirt will show everyone how strong their champion truly is. What is this? Look, by beating you, I'll show everyone how great I am. Da, 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 da. And think about it this way. Think about like the whole story, you know? So like I did appreciate them doing this in Sword and Shield. Like the champion and gym leaders aren't just, champion and gym leaders. They're like the government. And I'm like, okay, yeah, I kind of knew this. I don't even recall Blue saying that well, I mean, that's older. So this is kind of new. But this is if you don't have Eternatus, which I didn't. I don't like Eternatus. I'm not a big fan. Poison Dragon, I understand what you're coming from. You can't get its Gigantamax form, which is the most powerful Gigantamax form. Like, you can't get it. Why show me something and then not let me do it? Worst case of when you unlock the boss as a playable character. But do you see what I mean? Like, this guy probably took. Now, I'm not like a sucker for tradition, but sometimes tradition is good, and I love honor. Call me Zuko, man. I love me some honor. Like, and let's just compare it to Kalos, because I love Kalos. Alola was different because like you're kind of in an arena, but it's definitely very much its own thing. And I love that Alola was like so different, like in the progression. But like Kalos was the last like mainstream 8 gyms, Elite Four champion region. There's not even an Elite Four. It's just the gym leaders. Kukui was a homie. I like Kukui. He's hot and he's got a great wife and he's happy and he's a nice guy. He's so nice and like humble. You don't think he's the champion. I don't think he's the champion in Is he the champion in the first one? Is he? I don't remember. I know he is in the second one. And that's cool. That's cool. So like Kukui, I'm like, okay, they made another. It's like Unova. They have another hot Pokemon professor. That's cool. And then he's champion. You're like, what? Oh, cool. My buddy is the champion. Like that's not what Leon feels like. Leon feels like a freaking soccer star. Like David Beckham. If David Beckham was an even bigger asshole. I don't know David Beckham. I bet he's not an asshole. I bet he's like a humble guy too, but Leon sure as hell isn't. So like Leon basically invented soccer culture for Pokemon battles, monetized the hell out of it, and then he uses that money to pay Rose for the freaking energy of Galar. That's what he must do. As Pokemon champion, he's head of the government. And like Rose is just like the head of the bureaucracy that makes the utilities. So like what? And like compare that to Diantha and Kalos, kind of assuming like the same rule applies everywhere. Like the champion's the head of government and they get like help from the gym leaders. Kinda. So like, you challenge Diantha in a secure room and honorably you beat her and she comes outside and says, say hello to your new champion. It's the savior of Kalos. Awesome. I know. I think he got it. Didn't he lose? No, he came later. He freaking came. He came like halfway through. He came like halfway through. So like, okay, so like he's the head of the government. Like this is either alluded to in the games of X and Y or in the Jinja Ninja OWO comic, where like Diantha is like the head of government. It's one or the other, which they're both basically canon. Like, if the champion's head of government, why is it this dumbass who gets sponsorships and only cares about money? And like, look at this. Just says this. Like a it's not like he's not like a president. He's the champion, I guess. A champion if definitely the champion's the head of government, he shouldn't say this. Like, he should literally be like Cynthia and be like, I am so amped to see which one of us is better. And if you're better, dude, I'll accept it. Even Alder did that. And like every time something happens, Leon goes wherever and you need to go help him. Like, wait, I'm 11. Why am I doing the job of our head of state? What is happening? We're kids. I'm a pretty cool Pokemon trainer. Why am I saving everything? Isn't that your job, Leon? Hold on, let me do my pose. Ugh. So like this guy shirks his duties to make money. Are we sure this isn't a commentary on how politicians shirk their duties to make money? Come on, it can't be that implied. That's just true. At least in the Pokemon world, like people who actually do the job well can actually get into power by working hard and by working hard. I know. Ah man. Ah man. You're gonna see my resume someday and be like, this is why he says all this garbage. Look at that. Arborist, Latin scholar, historian. Ugh. Anyway, not important. None of that matters. It just like those are the things I think about. So like Leon's head of state, but he's treated like a sports star. Hello, Muck. I love Muck. Muck is such a lovely Pokemon. He acts like a sports star. He is a sports star. He's not just a sports star. He's a sports star and president. Or guess he's kind of more like a king. Kinda. Champion really is a good term because I can't think of anything else. But like, what is this? Look at this. I guess that's why he wears the cape. Starter Pokemon was just 5 until we ran about how stupid this fire trucker is. Yeah, I know. I mean, I'm getting to Charmander. I'm not moving it. Just this is a discussion stream. This was just kind of like a talking point, you know? This is like a starting off point. Good. I'm glad. I'm glad you're having fun. I'm having a good time too. Thanks for coming, dude. Yeah. This guy sucks. He bullies his brother. Not even like like you're good at something. Yeah, you're a loser. You're a nerd. He doesn't even do that. He's so like above you. He's so above Hop. I feel terrible for Hop. Like it's kind of like his story is finding his purpose. I'm using air quotes, but like I'm like I don't know, man. Hop should be a gym leader. He's Hop or Leon. Like, what can Hop do? He idolizes and kind of hates his brother. And his brother's just like, did he hear something? Yeah. Do you hear something? Ha! Little brother's gonna try and do the freaking Pokemon challenge. Wow. Just, ugh. Dude, this guy sucks, and I don't like him. And it's kind of dropped Charizard for me. Like, these games have actually damaged Charizard's reputation, which it shouldn't be able to do. Let's go down to his Pokemans. His Pokemon Twilight Wings. Oh, that's the Amine. In the Amine. I bet he invented this stupid card crap too. Anyway. Okay, him giving us a Charmander was cool. Okay, I do love my hidden ability. Oh wait, just I thought dude, I know. But like I bet he fell victim to the freaking I'm gonna use the Grookey one because it's first and I picked Grookey. I bet he like fell into the hype of well, what's the most iconic Pokemon? Like what harkens back to the most badass Pokemon? Well, there's the Pikachu's real popular. You know, Pikachu's real popular. Onyx is very powerful. Charizard has been trending for a long time. Charizard, like a big dragon. Oh, cool! I'm gonna unlock its special form that's totally original. Gosh. Ugh. I'm glad he has an Agislash. I feel like Agislash is wasted on Leon. It couldn't even commit to Pikachu. No, its stats aren't high enough, dude. Don't you know that? Look at it. No, Pikachu doesn't have these stats. Go to the look at this. Look at this. Like this is the selection page for everything for Charizard. And there's just so much. Oh, man. I don't know, man. I think Charizard is overused. We talked about this. I'm sorry. We were gonna go to base stats. Base stats 534, which is almost as good as Haxorus, which is pretty good, and it's like balanced and stuff. And of course, the Mega Charizards are just as great. But I love the Mega Charizards, but not Gigantamax Charizard for like obvious reasons. Oh, that looks good. And Charizard's very classic. He's very, yeah, I'm a Western Dragon kind of looking guy. This was enough. If they So like Galar, because it's England, should be really close to Kalos. So why not bring back Megas and like have him have Mega Charizard X? Like, just bring back that fan appeal. Not make new fan appeal. Like, Charizard is like a pandery Pokemon. And that's probably why Leon picked it, because it's a pandery popular Pokemon. I didn't spit anywhere just now. Shut up. Like, if you want to introduce something, let me just state some facts. If I had the choice to be an intern for a champion in the Pokemon universe, I would do my best to help Cynthia and let Leon make his own special latte. You are correct. You are correct. Um, oh man, he's not Pog, man. He's not Poggers. He's not. He's not a good leader. He's not. He's not a good leader. He doesn't take responsibility. He just kind of goes on ego trips and gets lost. Why does he sound like the last two American presidents? Oh man. He just goes on ego trips and gets lost. He'd be great. He'd do it well. Oh man. Cynthia is like the Theodore Roosevelt of Pokemon champions. Let's say that, because goodness, that girl puts in work. Like, she has a vacation home because she needs to use it. If I had to save the world from being an organization, I'd be glad to have Cynthia with me and join me. Yeah, exactly. Also, doesn't he kind of like call Team Yell like hooligans or something? Like Team Galactic was actually a problem, and Cynthia even gave Cyrus a chance to talk his point. But once she realized he was evil, she was like, "Okay, my Garchomp is going to eat you for this kind of shenanigans." Leon was just like, "Yes, this is great. Yes." Honestly, like I wouldn't I feel I'd be like scared to abuse Cynthia's hospitality. Cause she's got those grandparents and her grandparents are pretty cool. Oh, that's gonna be great. We're gonna see Cynthia's grandparents in the remakes. Oh dude, Cynthia's coming back in the remakes! Yes. All the more dude, I hope they bring Leon into Sinnoh for the remakes, just so Cynthia can kick his ass. Wouldn't that be poggers? I just uh the Queen returns, exactly. Um so anyway, and so like honestly, Leon, like Charmander used to always be my favorite Pokemon, but like I'm a little older, and it's Charmander, specifically Charizard. The fact that it gets overused is just eh. You get a Charmander. Think about it this way: in Sword and Shield, you get a Charmander in the main game, and then if you get the Isle of Armor expansion, you get Bulbasaur or Squirtle. You don't even get both. Like, what is this? Like, we know you want Charmander, and we'll let you pick from the other two as a bonus. I'm just, man. You know, Charmander, sadly, which sucks, this is no fault of the Pokemon, it's just, It's just it's overused. It's kind of like it's perfect for Leon's. I'll read that in a second. It's perfect for Leon's like you know super pack scheming where he makes money. It's very marketable. It's very neat. Honestly, it's not. It's not. It's not even Charmander. It's Charizard. Charizard is the problem. Ash's Charizard had personality. If Cynthia had a Charizard, I bet it'd be like her Garchomp. Like something she worked hard for, very powerful, like just crazy. That's just because you want to make out with Cynthia, Elephant. Don't lie to me. I'm joking, of course, but um, where was I? You know what I'm saying? I'm just not. It's not Poggers, and it's kind of like dragged it down. Now, Mega Evolution. If we were in Gen 6, it's not just because of that. If we were in Gen 6, it would be here. Because Megas made it cool, and Megas like did a lot to revive interest in the OG Pokemon. And keep in mind, you had one choice between all three Kanto starters in Kalos. So like, and on that note, I'm also gonna put Squirtle here. Get that out of my chat. Kanto starters are very, very solid. But like if you had asked me 10 years ago, I would have put Charmander in Champion, but it's just an Elite Four. I can't put it any higher. Squirtle is a G. Uh-oh. Oh dear, my page isn't responsive. Can you still see me? Okay, cool. I wanted to make sure because I didn't want to lose anything and just record a black screen for a while. So anyway, Squirtle's great. I love Squirtle. I like I appreciate the Kanto starters. They're simply designed. Please stop that. Thank you. They're simply designed. They have like crisp reptilian looks, which I love. Blastoise is a turtle with cannons. Yes, he is adorable. Gosh darn it, dude. Hold on, I gotta do the dang thing. Okay, we're back. Yeah. I like Blastoise. Blastoise is very simple. And something that really like gets Blastoise for me, there's an OG Pokemon episode where Ash's Squirtle meets a Wartortle and there's an issue. And like there's an issue. And Wartortle this is the first time you see Wartortle and it looks like a bigger, cooler Squirtle. I love Wartortle's like cool purple color. I think it could do it. Yeah. That would kind of like get on Empoleon's thing. I think Mega Blastoise should have been a steel type, you know? And maybe like I kind of wish Mega Blastoise had done a little more design wise, like maybe not what Gigantamax Blastoise did, not that. Maybe like steel spikes on the shell, like small ones. I think that'd be pretty cool. And then like make it water steel type. But that's kind of Empoleon's gig, which is fine. But anyway, back to the summary of the episode. Like Wartortle leads Ash and his Squirtle to like Squirtle Island, and there's a giant shell, and they're like, "Oh, what's this?" And then there's feet, and then there's hands, and then there's the cannons, and you're like, "What? It's a giant Squirtle with cannons? What is this?" And then Blastoise's head comes out. He's asleep because the Jigglypuff got to him, but. and then like the Jigglypuff's in his cannon. But it's such an interesting way to introduce this rather simple design. Yes, it's such a simple design. Like it's a giant Squirtle with cannons. This is a simple, this is a crisp, well done design, and that's kind of the epitome of the Kanto starters. Venusaur is Bulbasaur with its flower open. Charizard is Charmander, but bigger with horns and wings. So that's the Kanto starters. And this is kind of where, and like, this is good for the first set. Then you've got the Johto starters, and they're also quite simple, with the exception of Totodile. I love this boy. Look at him. Look at that red. It's got red on him. But Chikorita is a lime lump with a leaf on her head and a necklace. I appreciate that these are vines, but it's kind of weak sauce. And poor Chikorita, she doesn't have a lot of good moves. She Meganium is doesn't have. Yes, but we'll get to that. We'll get to those. Oh gosh, yeah, like we'll get to that. So, but Chikorita looks like a lump. Meganium is just another lime lump with a flower necklace. It's just not Poggers, and which sucks because Ash's Chikorita has a lot of personality. Let's look that up. Let's see what everyone's talking about. Ooh. Okay, that's better. Yeah. That's much better. That's awesome actually. I appreciate that. They should make the glowy bits permanent. I like that. I'm gonna be honest, I was gonna put it in like uh first tier, but I'm actually gonna put it in fourth gym tier because it's very pretty and it's very elegant. And as I mentioned earlier, this is my mom's favorite starter Pokemon because it sounds like Margarita. But I appreciate it, and I do like how it's kind of feminine. Like I don't know, because girls love Pokemon too, and like I know that it's bad to gender things, but these are all rather masculine looking things, masculine looking Pokemon. Chikorita looks like it's kind of feminine. It's got jewelry, so pretty. I don't know. I kind of appreciate that as something to pull girls into something that's cool. Like it's okay to pander a little bit, not a lot, a little bit. So yeah. So there's not much to say about Chikorita. Meganium's highest stat is like its HP, I think. I'm also really upset that the Johto starters didn't get a Mega Evolution. I think that'd be a great thing to do in the Sinnoh remakes, because Sinnoh and Johto were kind of parallel. The Pokemon Snap did look much better than that. You're right. Game data sales leading base stats. Yeah, it's defensive. Not to mention it's 9 points weaker than Charizard. I think the Johto stars were actually just weaker in general. I think. That would be really cool to have it have a fairy type in Mega. Maybe have like petal wings. Like just be a beautiful butterfly the way we always wanted it to be. I would love beautiful. Okay, so no, Typhlosion has the same base stat total as Charizard. Okay. But yeah, Meganium. I know about Poison, but I think it learns Earthquake. Does it? I know it gets all the Spore moves, which is nice, but we already have Venusaur for that. Uh, game data. Game data. Learn set. Hey, look at that. TCG only moves, what the heck? This Pokemon is unavailable. This made me mad. I was really upset about this. Typhlosion is a honey badger from hell, and I'll respect it because of that. Heck yeah. I'm checking that earthquake thing you said. Hold on. Sprites. That shiny is actually real pretty. I like Pokemon with only like slightly off-color shinies, but it's still pretty. 32. Where's that move set? Why can't I find its moves? Show me your moves. Oh yeah. That's why. Okay, let's use Gen 7, I guess. Earthquake. I don't see Earthquake in here. No. Look at this. Across the whole thing, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 attacking moves. Solar Beam takes 2 turns, so its strongest single turn move is Body Slam. No, it's Petal Dance, my bad. But, And, like, Grass already isn't a stellar type, you know? I don't know. I don't think support like this works in Pokemon unless it's like a stat supporter. Like asymmetrical combat. It probably learns the TM for it. Yeah, it has a TM for Earthquake. And Gen 7, does it have that? Yeah. It can learn Earthquake, but it's through a TM. Which it learns some good TMs, but I don't know about its stats. Like what are them base stats? It was back up here. Where was I going? Base stats. I just, it's just not great. Poor Meganium. Now, on to my favorite Cyndaquil. Oh my gosh. Look at this thing. In the anime, it's so cute, and it has like confidence issues, and it learns to light its own fire, and it's awesome. And let's go to Typhlosion. Because Typhlosion is rad. But let's go to the boy. Look at that boy. Look at that crazy thing. You are absolutely right. It is a honey badger from hell. It's you know how like all the fire starters are Chinese zodiac. You know, you've got the dragon, the dog. It's not a theory. It's a game theory. You know, you got rat for Cyndaquil, pig for Tepig, dog for Fennekin. You know, you've got all the. Yeah, I've always found this cool, which it kind of indicates how many generations we can have left. Yeah, honestly, I want to see horse and ox. I want to see them do these and make them like starter material because these guys all have the advantage of being cute little things. It's not even really a theory. Like it's obvious that they're doing this. Oh, it's a fan creation. Oh, look at that. Look at that ox. I like that. I like that. I don't know what you mean by fiery puffy. Oh, the sheep. Oh, yes, 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 yes. Ooh. Sorry, you made me think of like a fiery Captain Puffy, which would be yes. Okay, so yeah, Typhlosion, it's cool. Look at this. It's belting fire. It looks significantly different from Charizard, which is great. You know, it doesn't infringe on any territory. It doesn't have any issues, but it does have one problem. Just look at this. Look at this. Let's go to when we all used this boy. Look at that heart gold. Look at that. Look at that guy. Look at that lad right there. Look at him. Fire always going. White and black. The fire's always going. It's naked. Yeah. Yeah. I. Yeah. It's not. Yeah. It's naked. He's naked. It's even on in Pokemon Home. What the heck is this? So this is a problem, obviously. Just even his pose is stupid. He looks like he looks like he just farted. He's making the face. He's in the just farted stance. Just just look. This guy is ready to fight. He's ready to mess you up. And I love that he's like got the navy back to like because it stays from Cyndaquil. Cyndaquil's not like a big scary Pokemon. And if it's out in the woods, it's a purple fire. Really? Oh my gosh, you're right. It looks like it got badly translated into Gen 3. That's cool. I would love that purple fire. It's also darker in the OG Johto games. I would have loved a like an orange, blackish purple, and then like violet fire shiny. That would be cool. It is kind of sad that they took it out. For the first color games, they made them shinies, and I like that. So anyway, so like Cyndaquil has this dark navy coat, so like in the shadows of the woods, it can get on its belly, close its eyes, and it's hard to see. Typhlosion, and it makes Typhlosion stand out that much more, especially with the fire. Like orange and blue, they're color contrasts, and it looks good. It looks good to have the fire on. This Pokemon is designed to always have its fire on. Now, Cyndaquil not always having its fire on is fine. When it turns into Quilava and then Typhlosion, it should always have it on. Quilava looks worse. Kinda. Quilava kinda looks worse. Like, let's go to the lad. Like, let's go down to that. It looks like a penis. Why is it looking like a penis? Why is it looking like a bad blue penis? Why are you like this? Does your mom hate you? Look at it. It's sad. And I think let's go to like the Pokédex descriptions because I think there is a Pokédex description where it's like its fire stays on. Let's see. Yes. Yes, it is. But like, ugh. And it doesn't like affirm that the fire is always on. I understand that Cyndaquil's isn't always on, which is fine. Cyndaquil doesn't need to have its always on. Like it's supposed to be like a weak Pokemon. Quilava should always have its fire on. Same with Typhlosion. It just should. That's just what it should be. Look, black and white, they have it. They have it. Get out of here. They have it on. If X and Y had it on, it would look amazing. And they don't. And really, it really does Cyndaquil a disservice. It, like, just... Without the flames, they're too lumpy. Now, if you want to talk about the opposite of lumpy, go to Totodile. That is another thing to do. It's like only when it uses moves. Like there's the where's the battle animations? It's in here somewhere. Look, it's on in Home. See, Pokemon Home has it right. Maybe they'll change it in Gen 8. I don't know. I hope they like use these sprites for when they port these things to Gen 8. Hold on, let's go to the. There's a way to have it do its little attacks. What the fuck is that? What is this? I don't know. It's just not about it, you know? It's just sad. You know, in the new games, they like when Pokemon are just hanging out, it's the same sprite. Yeah. So let's put this tragedy aside and go to Totodile. Totodile is the best designed now of the Johtos, hands down. I love that it's a crocodile or an alligator. I don't know which. I guess it's an alligator because it's fully evolved. It's fur alligator. Um, they kind of did the same thing with Typhlosion. Like Typhlosion is blue, and Totodile has the red spines, which that's cool. I like that. Like it distinguishes it from. Also, they kept shiny Totodile the same. That's another Poggers thing, and it's not available in Gen 8, which I'm not happy about. But you know, they kept the red fins, the red spines, and I love Totodile's design. It evolves. Is this the latest any mid-evolution goes? I think it is. Also, only one to evolve at level 30, I think. We'll have to like double check that. I think it's kind of crazy that Feraligatr evolves at level 30. I remember the first time I played Soul Silver with a Feraligatr, and I'm like, whoa, that was fast. Heck yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. Feraligatr should be part dragon in its meta. In its mega. Yeah. As should Yan Mega. I'm a huge fan of Yan Mega and Yanma. I like them a lot. Let's look at this guy. This guy would be a great dragon. Feraligatr would be a great dragon. I love it. I think it's fun. I think it's kind of funny that they couldn't type the last O because there's a limit in the words on Gen 2. That's cool. And it's pretty and it's fun and it's kind of the same base stat total as a Blastoise. High attack, high defense. It's a tanky boy. Exactly. You are correct. I like it. It's a good-looking Pokemon. It's kind of scary. Like if it's not yours and you don't just like adore it, it's kind of it's an intimidating Pokemon to face off against. It's a little derpy here, but it's not that bad. It's intimidating to face off against. Like we're scared of gators just inherently. I don't know if any other starter, fully evolved starter, scares me that much. Like is as freaky to look at. So I'm gonna put our boy Totodile. Now, to be fair, it's not the most viable or powerful of the starters. I don't think it's on par with the Kanto starters, just because favoritism. But I will put Totodile in 8th gem. Now the Hoenn starters. I'm actually gonna take a quick break and grab me a an ice cream sandwich. Yes, it does. The tragedy is I can only have ice cream sandwiches at the lake. I'm back. So yeah, got me an ice cream sandwich. Do you want one? I can't give you an ice cream sandwich. You're on the internet. So yeah, Hoenn. I may have said Sinnoh is my favorite region. Hoenn is the best region. Like, put aside Kanto was first. Put aside that Kalos made Kanto look better. Hoenn didn't need Kalos to make it look better. Look, the starter designs are crisper, and it does everything that Johto didn't do. Absolutely. Absolutely. None of the other starting trios are all like equally viable. Except for like maybe Kalos and maybe Unova. No, it's not, because Snivy's here. I forgot. Just the most well-rounded. Just this is the most well-rounded starter trio. I almost kind of want to have it last, just so like I don't fill up the champion slot. Just, we don't need to. Yes, as I've mentioned, Hoenn introduced the most Pokemon of any region, 230. It was a lot of new Pokemon. Still had old Pokemon. There were still like a few essentials in there. Pikachu, Geodude. That's really about it. There's more. Like Hoenn didn't like divorce itself from Pokemon the way Unova did. It just added a lot of new and crisp Pokemon. But we're not talking about Hoenn right now. We're talking about Trico. In my playthrough of Alpha Sapphire, I picked Trico because it's the only one I hadn't used, which is a shame. It's not like purposeful. Like I got my first Sapphire for the Game Boy Advance when I was young, and my brother's like, "Hey, you're gonna need a water type, so get Mudkip." Okay, so I picked Mudkip. I still have that Mudkip. I nicknamed him Kip, and I still have him. He's a baby. He's level like 84. Yeah, so that's cool. But I chose Trico for my for my starter for my Alpha Sapphire run that I still have. And oh my gosh, I didn't realize. As you mentioned, Quilava being one of the best middles, Groyval probably is the best middle. Like Marshtomp, Grottle, Duat maybe. Yeah, those are probably some of the best middles. But Groyval's definitely up there. Yeah. And like, what? Just it. If we were doing like middle evolutions for starters, it would be the only one up here. It just would. But we're doing full lines, and Trico, it's consistently amazing. Skeptile is awesome. Leaf Blade is one of my favorite Pokemon moves. It helped out grass types so much because before that, your best option for a physical grass move was Razor Leaf. No, you need Leaf Blade. Skeptile destroys. It's going up here. Just Trico's up here. This is where Trico is. Leaf Blade destroys. It's so fast. It's just so fast. It's amazing. And Mega Skeptile's a dragon type. What? It's a dragon. It's a dinosaur dragon thing. Like, you couldn't get much better. I know we all liked that Charizard got the dragon typing finally. But Skeptile getting it was deserved. Exactly. I loved that. I was so happy I picked Trico. Like, I've never gotten that much surprised satisfaction from a Pokemon. And it's fast, and it's got not this one, but Ash's it was like ice cold with like the little stick in its mouth. I think his Skeptile is like one of his best Pokemon, you know? And my Skeptile is one of my best Pokemon. It's awesome. So like it's just and you know, for the last two regions, the grass type has been the weakest, and Trico just blows it right out. Just consistently amazing. It starts the trend where instead of just being it's like attack, special attack balanced, it's attack, special attack, speed. Ash's Skeptile did take down the Darkrai, I remember that. So like now it's always gonna be attack, special attack, speed. Because if you can outspeed your opponent and hit them hard enough, it's awesome. And Skeptile does that, and Trico does that. Trico wrecks the first gym, and even through like just it's only in trouble when you get to Flannery. And by then you've got, you picked up your Aaron. It's a Leyron by now. But like first three gyms are nothing. Like, and the reason it's good against the second gym is because it's so fast. And it's oh man, I just love Trico. It's such a cool Pokemon. And I've never been so gobsmacked by a Pokemon. I was so proud. It was a proud trainer moment, like my first Garchomp. Torchic. We've talked about Kalos a lot because it does a lot for the Pokemon environment we have now. And getting that Torchic with the hidden ability in Kalos was stupid. Like, Speed Boost, Mega Evolving, Blaziken is out of the world. Like, what is this? It's going right here. Like, what are you doing? It was the first firefighting. We got two more. And you just man. And I knew that Torchic that you got for free was gonna be overpowered. Combuskin is passable. It is definitely par for the course for awkward puberty. Par for the course for awkward puberty, middle evolutions. And no shame. Honestly, one of my favorite things in Hoenn, because you have Torchic and there's like, except for like C-Dot or Shroomish, there's nothing like really good to get before the Rock Gym to beat rocks. But if you evolve your Torchic into a Combuskin, you can beat the rocks, and that's actually pretty cool. I liked it when that happened. Granted, it kind of like cost you your Torchic really early on. Most first gyms nowadays, you beat it with your original. Yeah, it's kind of shaped that way, but hell, Blaziken makes up for it, man. So I love Torchic. I appreciate it greatly. It won me many a battle in the Kalos region with that. I know, like why it's a Hoenn region starter. Why are you talking about the Kalos region? I got the limited edition Torchic with the hidden ability, and it was stupid. Like, they give you a Lucario to like, oh, this is gonna be your Mega Evolution partner. I'm like, I don't need it. I didn't even use that Lucario because I had Blaziken. Just speed kick. Speed kick. There's like there's the cave between the second and third gyms, and like I went through it. The only Pokemon that wasn't fainted at the end was my fully evolved Blaziken. And it was level 36. Everything else was like level 28. Exactly. It's so great. And honestly, I love that Kalos did that. Like, yeah, Mega Charizard now, but hey, you're gonna get those Hoenn remakes. Here's a tool you can use. And like that preview and just I loved it. I loved it. And now Mudkip. I love Mudkip. Mudkip was my first ever Pokemon. Its Mega looks stupid. Swampert's Mega looks stupid. I appreciate the stat boosts. They kind of ruined Swampert for me. Yeah. Which is really sad. It's really sad. Mudkip had a great typing. Granted, there's a lot of awesome grass types, especially in Hoenn. But you can have it learn like Ice Beam or Ice Punch. I don't know. I think they could have done better. Granted, before Mega Evolutions, Swampert had the crispest, best design. My ice cream sandwich is melting. So that was the hardest for them to add on to. He really is. The Sinnoh ones are great. I don't know. Swampert would have been up there with the other Hoenns. But like it hasn't started anything since the Kalos region. That's true for a lot of starters. Well, since it got its remakes, obviously, but you know what I mean. And it just kind of don't don't pick and get Swampert. Just don't do it. Like it's get the special Torchic in Kalos, and then pick Trico. And I hate to say that because Swampert was my first Pokemon. So yeah, it kind of pains me to do this, but and it's not bad. It's on par with the Kanto starters, but it doesn't supersede. It doesn't push through. Also, that quad weakness kind of sucks to the Pokemon that your rival has, or Leon if you're in freaking Generation 8. Hate Leon. So anyway, this probably the strongest starters and the other one. Let's talk about the gangster himself, Turtwig. Just, I love him. You know? You ever just love? Aren't they great? Like, look, and this is kind of what I wish we were talking about Durant and Trapinch earlier. It's kind of the same idea. Turtwig is a turtle like Squirtle, but it's different. It's clearly very different. It it has a crisp moveset, a great design. It's like equivalent to Bulbasaur. Turtwig is definitely as well designed, as huggable, as friend shaped as Bulbasaur is. And that would easily put in the Elite Four. And then you got Torterra. And also Grotle is up there with Groyvile one of the best middle evolutions, but that's not what we're talking about right now because you only have Grotle for most of the game. Not even most, really. Like you get Torterra by the 4th gym, pretty much, which sucks because it's a water gym. Torterra is an absolute unit. I remember going on the Pokemon website, the like the OG Pokemon website, going on their Pokedex and like searching by categories, and they had like that's tiny, small, medium, and large. The only fully evolved starter that was large was Torterra. I think that's still true. I think that's still true because the rest of these are all human side. Yeah, that's true. I think it learns like a. Let's see if there is any way to deal with it. But honestly, dude, you're actually like really correct because there are no there are no freaking. I also loved how Ash and Paul had a Torterra, and Paul was like the most satisfying rival to beat in all of Pokemon. Anyway, that's not important. Game data. Learn set. Yeah, I'm pissed about this. Is there any way to deal with it? Not really. But it's got great moves. Just it learns Earthquake on evolution. Um, Crunch is a great move. I love Leech Seed. Let's see. Sunny Day. Sunny Day so you can get that 1-turn Solar Beam. Amen. Huh. It doesn't really get anything. Which kind of sucks. That kind of sucks. So yeah, Ice is your enemy with Torterra. But I mean, there aren't a lot of Ice types. Granted, Sinnoh does have like more. Oh, dude. I just let's look at those base stats real quick. Oof. I mean, it's meant to be a tanky boy. I'm actually always surprised that 109 that attack is bigger than defense. But that makes sense because it's the attacker, whereas I think it's the attacker. Chimchar isn't the specialist. Oh, look at that Detective Pikachu Torterra. That is good. That is good. Look at this guy. He's about to destroy you. Look at this mad lad. Yeah. But like, look at this. Look at this unit. Like, you can ride on this guy. You can sit on his back and cruise around the Sinnoh region. I really want that to be a thing in the game. I really do. Like, in my heart, I want to be able to ride on Torterra the way we could on Latios or Latios in Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire. I need this. And this is another one. Along with Feraligatr, this is probably one of the scariest fully evolved evolutions. Fully evolved, starters. Just, look at him. He's a unit. He's large category. Or does it still have large? No. I just love him, man. Look at him. Look at him. And he learns Earthquake. He wrecks the Elite Four. Like, ground is super effective on dragons. And, no, it's super effective on ground, which Garchomp also is. Yes, he can. You are correct. So anyway, we all know where Turtwig's going. We all knew that was coming. Look at him. So, Chimchar. Chimchar is cute, well designed. He's the one I picked my first run through Sinnoh. And that's really all the good things I have to say. So, as along the trend, Chimchar is the speed oriented. Chimchar is the speed starter for Sinnoh, and he kind of starts the trend of the speed starter being the worst one. I'm sorry, dude. It is a good line, but I just... Look, a problem I have with the Chimchar line... What does this do? I hope this does what I think it does. Nope, it's not what I think it does. Yeah, I know. That's what I meant. Like, it's that's what I meant. Like, it's like the Trico of this region. It's balanced and then it's fast. Yeah, like, I know they're the same, but, like, its best stat is speed. And, that's not great. It's not great for him, if that makes sense, because also defense and special defense are low. They're very low. And you are just okay. Now, see, the thing with Torterra is there's not a lot of fire types. Okay, maybe a little bit. There are no fire types in Sinnoh. There's almost none. Like, you have to get lucky with a Ponyta. Or pick Chimchar. Um, don't pick Chimchar. Just don't do it. Okay, yeah, but you're gonna... Your starter shouldn't be your speed demon. Oh, I was gonna go to its dang learn set. Give me this learn set. Come here. I know in Gen 4 it's got a problem with its learn set. Okay. Its best move has recoil. Recoil. What is this? It's much worse in it's not worse. Its best move has recoil. What is this? And you know what else? You know what else? You know what else pisses me off? Do you see flamethrower in here? Yeah. Where's flamethrower? Where's the fire type move? It's not like he's a physical attacker. He's not. It's not like he's a physical attacker. Where's flamethrower? Does he not have fire punch? He doesn't have fire punch. He doesn't have fire punch. This is Gen 7. Flame charge is a thing here. Freaking, like, you know, flame charge, the move that mimics speed boost. It's not here. There's no flamethrower. You know how you get an Infernape with flamethrower? You either get a TM, which is hard as hell to find, or I keep skipping the part where it's in there. You level up a Chimchar to level 47 before evolving it. That's how you get an Infernape with Flamethrower. Oh, you think Monferno gets it? It doesn't. Let me show you. It doesn't. Monferno doesn't get Flamethrower either. People probably got upset that that Blaziken had Flamethrower and all the good stuff. But this is not the way to fix that. Yeah, it doesn't have Flamethrower. Fire Spin. Just why? So that's a problem. That's the problem. Blaziken learns Flamethrower. It learns it kind of late. I think it's like level 42 or something. But just give... Okay, it does look... I'll give you it looks cool. I'll give you that Monferno looks cool. But it's not... I don't know. You know how I mentioned that I like that Cyndaquil looks very different from Charmander? Monferno looks like too different. Like it like had too many colors for me. 3 is kind of the max. This is doesn't get flamethrower, isn't the best starter for the region. So and like think about it this way, what is the point of making it firefighting? In Sinnoh. There's tons of fighting types in Sinnoh. Like they slapped fighting type on Ralts. Okay? You don't need a fighting type. There's a lot of fighting types. Okay, yes. I'll give you Goku references. First off, Alola already has Goku references. A lot of them. And they have their own fire type and they know how to use it. That's all I'm gonna say. Piplup. Piplup is so cute. It's Dawn's Pokemon, because of course it is, because she's best girl. Dawn is best girl. We know this. What do you mean Piplup ruins it? Oh, Prinplup ruins everything. You think Prinplup ruins everything? I don't. It doesn't look as bad as Combuskin. I don't think they know how to draw birds. Might be the problem. It does look kind of cock shape. Yeah, yeah. Grottle definitely takes it for Sinnoh mid evolutions. However, Empoleon takes the cake for great typing. No other Pokemon has this typing. And like, and that move pool is really good. The move pool is really good. The design is really good. It's a pretty boy. Just look at him. So pretty. He's the only one in Sinnoh that has the normal 1636 progression. Because Monferno evolves at 14, Grottle evolves at 18, and then Torterra at 32. Um, it kind of follows the Feraligatr shiny line, which is neat. It doesn't look stupid in 3D, which is nice. That's just that's something we have to rank now. Poor Typhlosion. Yeah. So I love Empoleon. It's good. Its learn set is massive. Like a lot of different moves. Like Monferno learns its 2 type moves and not really anything else. Torterra learns its 2 type moves and then like a dark type move. Look at this. Look at this shenanigans. You got Metal Claw when it becomes a Prinplup, which is awesome. You have Aqua Jet, which is quick attack for water types. You got Peck, which is flying, and flying takes care of grass types. Yes, it is. It is a penguin that can decapitate you. You got Drill Peck when you get to 52, which is even better. And also, this generation introduced the dang like the better versions of the starter moves. Let's go to where's the by TM, by breeding, come on. By tutoring. Hydro Cannon. Yeah. You got Hydro Cannon, Blast Burn, and Frenzy Plant. This is the first region that has this, and it's awesome. I love this. So yeah, this is great. I love Empoleon's great Pokemon. Piplup is friend shaped and he's so cute. And just look at him. Gotta nuke the enemy with fire, water, or plants. That is exactly what those are. Those moves. That is what those moves are. and that puts the twig up. The lup is I think it is. I think it is champion rank, actually. I think Piplup is champion rank for originality, doing its thing well. And Sinnoh was a region for neat Pokemon typings. Okay, so first episode of the Unova anime, we Pikachu loses to one of these, and that guy was as much of an asshole as Leon. Also, it has less damaging moves than Chikorita, and Superior is even worse than Chimchar. It is the speed one of these guys, and I'm just not a fan. Snivy kind of sucks. Its design isn't that cool. I'm just not into it. It just Grass already isn't great, especially in Gen 5. There's not many rock and ground types. There's not a lot of water types. You're fighting. There's a lot of fire types, I remember, and flying types. Grass isn't a good one for Unova. And Snivy's just fast. The contrary. But that's a hidden ability. I don't know if. This is when you got hidden abilities, but you had to have that weird dream thing to get the hidden abilities. I don't know if that's. Yeah. Honestly, if you want to talk about contrary, look at Malamar. I love Malamar, man. Freaking Malamar with superpower is awesome. Yeah. Give me that contrary with freaking Malamar. Yeah. Yeah, you ain't gotta be scared of using superpower with Malamar, boy. Heck yeah, you can use superpower. You can use it's not swagger. There's another one, I have it. I don't remember. I love Malamar. Anyway, we're not talking about Malamar. This is a Pokemon that I do like. I like how it's spooky. I like how you have to flip your DS over to evolve Inkay into Malamar. I enjoy this. I enjoy this person, this lad. That contrary ability is dope. It got. This is actually. I have a level 84 Malamar in my shield right now because its stats are all right, but mostly for the hypnosis and the swagger. It's a great. It is Pog. It's a great like stat effector Pokemon, and I love that. I like. It's great for legendary hunting too, because you can put them to sleep and then chuck Pokeballs at it. So yeah. So anyway, I love Malamar, but we're not talking about Malamar. We're talking about freaking Superior. And as you know from me talking about Leon, I hate things that are superior. So Superior is just much worse. I'm just not a fan. It's not great. I don't have a lot to say about Superior. Chimchar was already the worst Sinnoh one, and they made the stats worse. Why are these up here? You think I'm gonna freaking tank with this thing? You think I'm gonna tank with Superior? Gosh, man. Like, why? Why are they doing this? Stop it. We got the snake. That is just grass. Yeah. Okay, so it evolves, right? And then you get Leaf Storm and Giga Drain. Leaf Storm's a great move. And Giga Drain's an alright move. But okay. Turtwig got both of these moves and did it better. No, it doesn't. It doesn't even have the defenses above 100. It doesn't even have defenses above 100 for its base stats. Chimchar had the 75s, but it had the 105, 105 attack and special attack. You've just made a worse version of Infernape. Why are you do this? Why do you do this? There are no coverage moves. There are no coverage moves at all. Torterra had amazing coverage moves. Well, not really. It had ground type and dark type moves, which is actually very good. Just because I like it. Superior only learns grass moves, and like I found myself when I used this. I think I used this in Black and White 2, like once, and its best move was Slam, and it didn't do a lot of damage because its attack is 75. So yeah, I put Snivy here for a reason. Now let's get to the real Unova starters. Tepig. I freaking love Tepig. Shut the heck up. Can learn Stone Edge TM actually. Yeah, I can. Yeah, it can. Tepig. I love Tepig. It's cute. It's neat. Pignite is actually quite all right for a middle. It's a little better than Combuskin at least. It is very circle, but I don't mind it. Learn set Gen 7. One of my favorite things about it, this move right here. Flame Charge. Oh, dude, really? That's awesome. It gets Arm Thrust with the Fighting type, which is cool. I like that Arm Thrust goes up to 5 and you can crit with it. Flame Charge boosts speed. Just, aw, that's sweet, dude. But you can use Flame Charge over and over again, and it gets like the special Blaziken with Speed Boost. Roll out. Look at this. Roll out. Roll out. What are you doing here? Yes, it can. Yes, it can. Where is Scald? Where is Scald? I remember teaching mine Solar Beam. Is Scald just in Gen 5 as a TM1? They had a lot of TMs in Gen 5. I remember being able to learn it, but I don't see it. It's not taught, is it? I loved Burn Up. Burn Up is great. I don't see it. I remember it, though. It even has decent special. It does! We're not even on Imbor yet. I love Imbor! Dude, Pokemon number 500 is this tanky piggy boy. I did not know its stats were this low. Oops. Why was I using this thing as a tank? Maybe it's just, It's probably on Imbor's moves, and I was looking at Pignite's moves. That's my bad. There it is. Yeah, I don't know where that happened either. Also, it has the fuck is that? We'll ignore that. Yeah, this is the lowest of the three possible stats because it does have good health. It does. I think that's why I was tanking with it. Yeah. Um, I mean, it's nice. It doesn't need speed. It can take it. It even has moves that like take advantage of it being slow. Yep. Not to mention, Imbor is heavy as shit. Not to mention, look at how heavy Imbor is. Where's that weight? Where's that chonk? 330 pounds. Let's go to the list of Pokemon by weight. Where is 330 pounds? Yeah, let's go to 330 pounds. Okay, look, here's Embor. Okay, so everything below here gets like more damage from Heat Crash. This is a lot of stuff, man. Just it's like most Pokemon. There's not a lot that's heavier. However, there is one thing that's heavier, and it's the lad. Honestly, it's really just Techno as a Pokemon. Let's just be clear. Like, we know that it's just Techno. Techno is the Pokemon. Gosh, that is a heavy boy. Why is a Alolan Executor almost a ton? Almost half a ton. That's amazing. He would. Yeah, so, Imbor's on the heavy side, and I consider Heat Crash its, like, signature move. I know that's not true, but it feels like it? I don't know. He's chunky. Heck yeah. He's chunky. He's punchy. It's awesome. Love Imbor. Love Tepig. And the site crashed while I was looking at the Bulbasaurs. Rip. Hold on, let me try Tier Maker again. I'm just gonna. Hey, that's mine. Wait, what was that? Did y'all see that? Is that my logo? Oh crap, that's my name. Was that my logo? What? Hey, is that my logo? Is that a star on a navy field? What is that? There we go. That's true. Yeah. So where was I? Okay, yeah. Snivy's garbage. Tepig is poggers. Yeah. Did you see that logo? What? What? Is that a blue star on a dark blue field? What? Is that my what? Is that an easy way to identify me on any platform? What? So anyway, yeah, Tepig is poggers, and you know what? Oshawott is too. I'm just throwing. Imbor and Samurott are poggers. I like them. Razor Shell is a dope move. Samurott is a dope Pokemon. And my voice is beginning to go, so I need to speed this up. It's been 2 hours and 30 minutes. So, Chespin. Chestnut is dope. Grass fighting is, except for Virizion, was unknown up to this point. Uh, yes. Yes. That is true. Samurott probably should have been a fighting type, especially because it's got the samurai theme. They could have slotted Imbor. You know what would have been cool if they like added Imbor into like had given it like some like coal motifs and made it fire rock. Nice sentence. I would have loved Imbor to be like Fire Rock. That would have been really dope. And then they would have made Samurott firefight, water fighting. But Chestnut is grass fighting, and grass fighting's pretty poggers. Just being able to do something against steel types. You're not going to see Serperior able to do anything against a steel type. Torterra, yes, but that's because Torterra's amazing. Bulbasaur couldn't even do anything against a steel type because it's part poison. Chespin can fuck up a steel type's day. Excuse me. Yeah. So, fighter, wizard, rogue. I'm a huge fan of fighters. I like Spiky Shield is actually a pretty poggers move. I don't know if it's... I'm going to say it's on par with Totodile. Finnegan. Fire Psychic. Its design is very crisp. It's cool. It's got that high special attack. It's good at what it does. However, Delphox is one a Rule 34 bait, which kind of makes it well designed. Not really. Not Delphox. The middle one. Braixen is another really well designed middle evolution, but not for a good reason. I don't blame the Pokemon people for the Rule 34-ness of it. But I like Delphox. I like how it has the wand. I like how Delphox has the wand. And the cloak. Yeah. And we're not going to talk about Braixen. I'm just going to put it in 8th gym tier and not worry about it. Froakie. I find Froakie to be contentious because some people hate Greninja. I personally like Greninja. And I like that there's the special Ash Greninja. Even though it's kind of I don't know. The coated frogs. Exactly. Precisely. Precisely. Scabsolutely. I like the Froakie both from the Nuzray videos. If you haven't seen them, go see them. Um and they're sassy. His signature move is very cool. I'm a big fan of Froakie. I'm gonna put Froakie in Elite 4 tier. I appreciate it. I like Greninja. It kind of earned being the Charizard of Kalos. And I like that. And it really kind of signals the new age of Pokemon. Where like, hey, we make cool Pokemon. They do cool things. I kind of wish that like the Ash Greninja kind of puts a stopper on eventually making Mega Evolutions for all the others, but they can go back and do it anyway because they hate us. And I mean, Charizard already has a Gigantamax and 2 Mega Evolutions, so why can't Froakie get a Mega Evolution later? Rowlet is friend shaped. It is a dope one. It's grass flying, which is already really cool. Like that is already really cool. There's good mutual coverage. Like you can take on annoying bugs, especially even early on. Like being able to take on bugs at a stage where you're primarily fighting bugs is awesome. The Shadow Sneak early on, the Ghost type moves, the normal immunity in a region that has some of the best normals. Yes, Decidueye is dope. I love it, honestly, it's kind of an unpopular thing, but like these got now you know how I feel about Z moves. I'm not crazy about them. They're a cool Kamehameha moment. These guys do their Z moves very, very well. Like the reason I started streaming yesterday was because of how well-rounded these guys are. Like Decidueye with its high Is it a high special attack? I forget. I need to remember. No, Primarina has the I think Decidueye. Dartrix. Let's not worry about Dartrix, but I'm gonna have it right here because it's kind of yeah. Decidueye is dope though. Base stats. Okay, so they kind of threw out. No, it's best status attack. I kind of like this stat array. I like this stat array, especially like it doesn't need a high defense because the best attacking moves are like fighting and rock, and it's immune to fighting and not very effective from rock. So it doesn't need a high defense because it's a ghost. Decidueye is very cool. It's based off the legendary Eagle Owls, and it's just a cool Pokemon. It's well designed. It's crisp. I think it's like the best Alola starter. It's not even an emo. It's like a wannabe hipster emo. Like it just looks like Aaron Hansen. I'm not a fan. Like why be cute and grow up to be Aaron Hansen? Absolutely. So now comes to one of my favorites, Litten. I love Litten. I just appreciate. I did not know Incineroar was the speed one for. Wait, is it the speed one? You made a comment about how tragically awful all their speeds were, so maybe it drops off. Hold on. Base stats. Yeah, it drops off. Yeah, Incineroar was the attacking one. Incineroar is the attacky boy. Incineroar is an attacky boy. Darkest Lariat is a dope move, and the Z version is even cooler. That is true. It deserved to be in Smash. I like it. And it knows Flamethrower. I don't think Emboar knew Flamethrower, but it had Heat Crash, so it didn't really need it. It has Flamethrower. It has Flare Blitz, which it doesn't really need, but I appreciate it having it. Thrash, and it is like a very swaggy Pokemon, so it should have swagger. I love Litten. I appreciate that it's a tiger, because we had never had a tiger Pokemon before this. We'll get a quadruped fire starter eventually. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. That is very. And Fire Dark is very poggers. Granted, we now have fairy types, so not as poggers, but you know, Dark's still useful for fighting psychics and ghosts, and that's about it. You know, just teabag your enemies with flamethrower, man. Bop. Poplio. This is the last Alola one. I like Poplio. I appreciate that it's a seal. It plays into the it plays into like the water theme because there's a lot of water in Alola. It's 4 islands. Um, it's actually kind of awesome that it's a freaking it becomes a fairy type. The first fairy type starter. It's a very poggers thing. I like the fairy typing. However, problem with the fairy typing is that if you get it with the hidden ability, it turns all voice based moves to water type moves, which isn't as great as it sounds because like most of those moves are already water type, and what you use for a while is hype You can hit Ghost with Hyper Voice, so that's cool. But what's the I think it is Disarming Voice. Like it makes your fairy type it is your fairy type move that you use for a while, and it turns into water, and it kind of ruins having a fairy type move. But that's the hidden ability. The normal one, it doesn't have that problem. So, it's pretty. It has like the same thing as Chikorita does. Not Meganium. Meganium's kind of less, but yeah, Poplio is not the strongest, but it's still very strong. And there's a lot of water types in that middle section. And really with starters, like above average is the middle section. Now to the Galar starters. Yeah. Yep. And that's what we're doing. That's just what it is. Cause one, this crap, and two, why is this not a grass dark type? And why does Gigantamax Rillaboom look stupid? And there's so many things wrong here. Look at this. You've got two dark type moves. You got good dark type moves. And it's a rock star. Why not make it a dark type? I'm screaming at my phone. I'm not crazy about Grookey. It's the one I picked, sure. But I don't know if you remember the story, but the first time I tried to play through Shield, picked Sobble as my starter because I thought it turned to something cool as Swampert. And it didn't. So I started over and I did my dang thing, and I got a Rillaboom. And first off, name is stupid. Design is good. The design is good. I kind of wish it didn't have the freaking drum set. I wish it didn't have the drum set. I even wish it had the drum set less in its dang Gigantamax form. Like, that is dumb. So anyway, it's the only final evolution you like. That's fair. If it was this, it would be much better. But it's also this, and I hate it. Scorbunny. It's the best looking of the tiny ones. I think Scorbunny is like the best design of the original. It's like I just gosh man, I don't know. Cinderace is cool, but it kind of looks it's Gigantamax is definitely the coolest, but I don't agree with Gigantamax in general. So fork that. On Cinderace or on Rillaboom? Okay. I hate how in their Gigantamax forms, they stay the same size. What is the point of this? I don't get it. Like, why? Okay, you Gigantamax these Pokemon, why are they still the same size? I hated that they did that. I don't like it. It's dumb. Also, this guy's a soccer star, and because I picked Grookey, Leon had him, and that just makes him suck for me. So, yeah, it's a little less than Grookey. Finally, we end on the worst note, Sobble. And this isn't a bad design. This isn't stupid. It's another mud puppy. You might call those an axolotl. I call them mud puppies because that's just where I live. You know, like it cries. Like, oh, its thing is crying. That's so sweet. I hope it becomes something cool. Nope. It becomes an emo. And then like a sassy gunslinger. It's not intelligent. It's Intellion. It's not intelligent. It's just this made me stop a playthrough. It was so bad. I don't like this design. Don't show me Mudkip and give me this. Yeah, it's a sniper on a tower for Gigantamax. It's stupid. Look at him. It's stupid. And you can't even hardly see it. It's so little up there. It's not even 007. It's like 005. It's lame. Also, just a few other general themes I don't like with the Galar starters. They evolve at level 17 into their middles, and they evolve into their finals at 35, which is one more and one less than normal, and it's like just enough to piss me off. Nice. I don't think it's the tail. I think that's just a spout of water because they'd never actually give it, like a large body part. Yeah, that's just water because it's like spouting. I'm just I want to look at something pretty. Let's look at something pretty. Wait. War Elephant, I finally got another viewer. Please just say what you're gonna say. I don't know. Cinderaces is just fire. Cinderaces is just fire. The only thing that actually, out of all of these, the only thing that actually grows in the Gigantamax is Grookey's drum set. Like, look, it's just the vines and the drum set. Like, that's all that grows in these Gigantamaxes. And I hate this. Hi, new viewer. We are ranking the starters. We're actually well finished. What do you think of this list? We were kind of harsh on speedy starters and and we've just been talking really about Pokemon, things we like, things we didn't like. And Leon. Well, we finished talking about Leon because he doesn't deserve to be talked about anymore. That's what he wants. Yeah, so I'm just gonna leave this here. We kind of came to the conclusion that the Kanto starters, while very respectable, are just they set the standard and has not been surpassed often, and it's only been surpassed in exceptional cases. Also, it's only been surpassed in gens 3, 4, and 7, which I find interesting. Nothing in Gen 5 got up here. Nothing in Generation 6 got up here. I remember when we started streaming last time, uh, Elephant, that I was like, the Alola starters did not have to go as hard as they did, but they did, and I appreciate it. Remind me to put Squirtle in front of Charmander because Leon ruined Charmander for me. Yeah. So we got this list here. I'm actually quite proud of it. If y'all want this list, I can post it in the chat. Y'all could do it just by yourselves or with some buds. I love doing tier lists with friends. I'm gonna save this. Pog list. Thank you. I think it's quite pog. Let's see. VIR, INVI, CUS. And and hey, when Gen 9 comes out, we might revisit this, or if something changes, like if we kind of Elephant and I, we vouch for bringing back Mega Evolutions and like reinvigorating them for all the starters that didn't get them, the Sinnoh starters, the Johto starters. The Johto starters really need them. Honestly, a really good Mega Evolution could save these two from this tier. Oh, he left. Sad. Elephant, it's your fault. I blame you for this. Add a description. I'm kidding, dude. Don't worry about it. And maybe the farther away we get from dealing with Leon, the better I'll feel about Charmander. And we'll save it. Okay. Yeah, so I'll just leave this up here and we can talk. I actually missed the stream I wanted to watch. That's my thing. Yep. So we've got our list here. We've been going for 3 hours. I'm sleepy. You don't happen to know how to get this chat box to work, do you? You go snooze. Cool. I've just got to fiddle with it, man, you know? Last time it took me a while to set this up. Yeah. I also play Magic Arena sometimes. That's what I did my very first stream, but yeah. And I'm garbage at tech stuff. So like this is the best I can do right now. It's live and learn, you know. Yeah. So I'm gonna stop recording once we hit 3 hours and load that VOD up on the Twitches. And then I'll load the other VOD from the other day so you can watch it if you want to. I appreciate you coming out, bud. I'll definitely do this weekly. Hopefully I'll do it on time next week and we'll talk about something and I'll have some activity for me to do. See ya.